Good morrows, my friends! My name is XaneKudo and welcome to Sakura Spirit, part of the Sakura Series, which is all Sakura... whatever. I know the latest one is Sakura Dungeon, but this was here on Steam. I bought it. So now we're going to play it. And it's another visual novel. So I'm guessing I have to woo these 4 girls. Again! Every person has a dream they wish to pursue. Yet as people grow, they often come to realize the truth. Dreams are nothing more than fairy tales. At least that's what most people say. Then what about those who do end up accomplishing their dreams? Are they merely incredibly lucky? Every man has a dream he wants to accomplish. However, there is something really important you should know, my boy. My boy. A real man doesn't give up on his dream, no matter what overwhelming challenges he might have to face. I still remember those foolish words my dad used to say, but despite their silly nature, I found myself inspired by them. Ever since I was a young child, I have been interested in martial arts. Say! I am a martial arts master! It didn't matter whether I was watching the MASH on television or read a manga about some heroic martial artists. There's a manga about martial artists? Let me read that. It has always been my dream to become a martial artist one day. Of course, it was a bit childish of me to think that I could become a hero simply by learning martial arts. Even though I already understood that superheroes are nothing more than figments of my imagination, I still had a desire to use my strength for the sake of others. My name is Gushiken Takehiro, a 17-year-old rising judo star. And no, that's not me bragging. I'm actually about to take part in the tournament 2 weeks from now that can make or break my career on an international level. Of course, I was excited about the opportunity to finally accomplish my dreams and represent my country at a sport that I loved. But the same excitement also made me feel incredibly nervous. And while those worries and thoughts haunted my mind, a familiar voice resounded from outside the window. Oi! Bakaku! Get your butt in gear! Wakata, wakata! I'll be right there, Koyomi! Not wanting to keep Koyomi waiting, I quickly dashed towards the door to let her in, not even realizing that I was still in my pajamas. Oh, hold on a second, Koyomi. Gotta grab my shoes before they head off to school. Really? I never realized that school had a strict uniform or super policy. Nice jammies, by the way. Did you borrow them from your mom? For a moment, my eyes drifted downwards, noticing that I was indeed wearing my pajamas. I let out a groan of annoyance and marched back towards my room. Grrr! Bah! There's nothing wrong with my jammies. The Golden Knight is a famous comic book hero in the West. Besides, not everyone prefers to sleep naked like you. Mumbling those words, I start stripping out of my clothes, not particularly minding the presence of the girl behind me. Hey, it's Koyomi! That only happened once! You know very well it was super hot that night. Jeez, want me before you strip a nigga in front of me, you idiot? Enemy Logic 101. No matter what happens, it's always your fault. Never their fault. You didn't seem to mind it when we were little. Maybe you want me to turn around instead? Show you my ding-a-ling? No, son! Don't make me kick your ass! I decided I teased her enough and quickly pulled out my pants, proceeding with the remaining few items of clothing before I was suitably dressed for school. Besides, I had a reason for being so distracted. You were not beautiful. You've been distracted a lot lately. What's going on in that hollow skull of yours? Oh, nothing except for a beautiful woman who I'm going to seduce later on. It's that upcoming match. Lies and slander! How dare you! I have no idea how anyone can remain calm when an international career is at stake. I wouldn't be surprised if I made enough doomsday scenarios to fill up the apocalypse genre. Oh, right, the judo thing. God, why do you always want to do judo? Why can't you do karate or kung fu? Or take up another thing, like, you know, Muay Thai, capoeira, mixed martial arts, or make your own stuff? Why judo? I don't know why. I'm sure you do fine. I've seen some of your matches and you kick butt. Oh, you say butt for me, but ass for you? And of course, if you're really worried, you can always pray. Pray? I don't pray, woman. What? Don't tell me you don't know? It's one of the school's legends. Apparently, there's some shrine out in the forest that, if you pray to it, brings you good luck. Well, sounds like a good harem scenario to me. Why else would I get a harem scenario? I just go to it, pray, some random nice good-looking booby lady comes out, I get smothered in her breasts, and then I start my own harem with the others who come out there and smother me in her breasts. And then we totally do it. Ichikawa-san said that his sister prayed to it the night before her exam, and she got a perfect score. A shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Well, since I am a harem protagonist, I imagine it will bring me the good luck in the worst way possible. Sounds like bogus to me, but at this point I'm willing to try anything, I guess. I'll ask Ichikawa-san about the location. I'm not exactly in the mood to get lost in the forest and end up in a modern-day Tarzan. I don't want to go, oh, no, that's Georgia the Jungle. Wait, do they have the same yell? It's been a while since I've seen Tarzan, so... Do they? I do remember George of the Jungle having that same yell. I'm getting distracted, but whatever. Yes, thank you, Koyomi. Well, whatever. If you do go looking, at least send me a message to let me know. And will you hurry? We're going to be late again. Well then, Koyomi, you can just go ahead on without me, please. But a hero is never too early, nor are they too late. They arrive precisely when they are needed. But for the sake of avoiding detention, let's hurry. That's a wizard, not a hero genius. How can one be such a sports nerd and such a geek at the same time? Hey, it's easier than you think. Let's not forget the Casanova and the Man of the Year candidate bits. They're important details. I doubt you'd qualify for either of them, Pajama Boy. Anyway, let us boldly go where everyone has gone before. To school! Ugh. Nerd! Well, you know what? Fuck you, Koyomi. Okay? That's why I'm going to get a harem of great beautiful women, and you're not going to be part of it. You're just going to sit there like the little childhood friend you are and wonder why I didn't choose you. Well, you want to know why? Because you're a bitch. Several hours later, after bitching, ... And even more dots. And more dots. We still love dots. Later that day, I finally got a chance to talk to my classmate about the location of the shrine that Koyomi had mentioned earlier. Gym was the last thing on the schedule for today, so once people got ready to go, I approached the guy. Hey, Ichikawa! Is it true that your sister discovered some shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Oh, and let me guess, you want to date her? Well, even though I do have to admit that she's very attractive... Ew. I'm afraid she's already going out with someone, so I'm sorry, you cannot date my emoto. I can't believe that my little sister is this cute. Not to mention, you're not even her type, dude. I've already got my hands full dealing with Koyomi. You can keep your sister to yourself. Joke aside, I'm more interested in that shrine. Did she mention where she found it? I didn't know there was anything near the forest aside from the dojo. You know, the dojo where it goes. She said about it being near a river, I think, and quite high up. To be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention to when she was going on about it. I mean, she was wearing this top. It was tight. Stop! I seriously don't need to hear the details. And I doubt anyone else is interested. Oh god. So, do you know anyone who might have heard about this shrine? Are you guys talking about that lucky shrine now in the forest? The one and only! According to Ichiga's sister, this guy right here who's drooling over his sister in the tight top, there's supposed to be one near the river. I don't know about that, but there's this fiery girl at the Sakura Dojo who knows more about it. Wait, are you talking about Arya-sama? About this tall, ridiculously strong, and super scary? That's the one! Oh, well, in that case, I believe I can still be of help, XaneKudo. I know where that place is. We don't want to dare at Arya-sama. No one does. Of course you do. We both do. You just want to tag along, don't you? I don't think Arya-senpai would appreciate you visiting her with your usual tricks in mind. Do I need to remind you what happened last time you tried to peek at her after she finished practice? I'm surprised you're still living. Blood, sweat, and tears. But mostly blood. Shut up! I don't pick on the ladies. That's slander, you know. I should sue you. I would never look upon Arya-sama's glorious body in any state of nudity. You are a bad man for accusing me of that, and you shall be crucified for your misunderstandings. Oh, so you haven't seen her naked yet, I seen a bit of a side boob, but the hole I found didn't really let me get a good look view of. There we go. Okay, somebody call the cops. Ichiga PP Tom has confessed. He's peeped on Arya-senpai. Someone call the cops on this asshole. You know what? I'll do it myself. Yes, hello, 911? Yes, we have someone named Ichikawa. He's peeped on a girl. Naked, yes. Yes, it is very horrible. My god. Here, you coming now? Okay, cool, bye. I painfully patted Ichiga's shoulder as I turned around, grabbing my bag in the process and prepared to leave. Oh, and you should probably start running. I don't think you're going to make it anymore. Thanks for the tip, Ichigawa. I'll let the judge know you were most helpful during the interrogation. Jada! This is unfair! I was cursed! I won't say another word till I speak with my lawyer! Just don't get Phoenix right. Okay? I heard he's not that good at defending cases like yours. Well, he is, but, just don't get him. We'll lose. More dots? More dots? And even more dots. We love dots. Once school was over, I decided to take my chances with the bit of intel I had to manage to obtain from my classmates. If memory served me right, Arya-senpai would be practicing at the dojo today. Let's go meet Arya-senpai. Of course I knew her. She was a judo student, just like myself. But for whatever reason, she has been refusing to compete in any tournament for a while now. Arya-senpai, are you around? Senpai, please notice me. I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any sign of the girl. Hua! Hiya! Hiya! Follow the shouts and you will find her. Let's go! I grinned briefly as I saw Arya seemingly in the middle of practicing a series of motions, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Let us sneak on her! Perhaps now will be the perfect opportunity to surprise her a little. I stuck closer, making sure to make as little noise as possible before I reached a hand towards her shoulder. Ha! Bloop! Arya. Feeling a hand on the shoulder, Arya reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand and with a loud grunt shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. And I went, I didn't have time to brace myself for the impact before it hit the ground like a sack of potatoes. A sack of potatoes, that is. Oh! So you're Aria-senpai. For some reason I imagined you had red, long hair. I guess I was mistaken, but there was kind of hints that you had red hair. Or maybe that was just me overthinking it. I don't know. Yeah! No one sleeps on that great Kunoichi, Aria! Oh, Nakamoyo. I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry. Daijoubu. Kunoichi? More like Tasmanian devil. That throat didn't have a shred of mercy in it. There's no mercy in the ring, Takaboyo. Better than you than now than in 2 weeks' time. Better that you learn that now than in 2 weeks' time. Got it. Let me guess. You want to do some sparring, don't you? I actually came here to ask you something, but I guess a little sparring won't hurt. Oh? What do you want to ask? We got all afternoon, and I could do with a bit of a break anyway. Where to start? Oh! You used to take part in the big and important matches in the past, right? Didn't you ever get nervous before going into the ring? Oh yeah! This one time, I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me out of the car. Well, to the car. But of course, that was when I was like 8. Well, obviously I can't go and hide that for a match. But one of my friends made the super suggestion that I go and pray or something. Honestly, at this point, I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little. I even make fun of you, Aria-senpai. But it won't, because you'll flip me like a freaking Tasmanian devil. Again. And I want to live. Takaboyo, are you sure about this? You mean a match? Of course I am. I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk. This is my chance to finally represent this country and the sport I love. Aria seems to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping her jaw with a finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me. Alright, I'll tell you the way to this shrine I know. But it's going to require more than a simple clap of your hands and bob of your head. You need to give something to the shrine. Something of value. And what I mean by that is, to obtain something of equal value must be lost. That is the shrine's first law of equivalent exchange. All this time is believed to be the one and only truth. I guess I have to think of something before we get there. Thanks, senpai. I appreciate the help. We? Oh, no, Takaboyo. I'm not going with you. I got training to do and flips to kill. Besides, you got to take the step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get back here, but you'll be on your own. Just don't run two big booby ladies. You're not tagging along? Not even for a little while? Afraid so, Takaboyo. Let me just grab some paper. I'll draw that map for you. After Aria's return, quick preparations were made, and I followed the directions noted down on the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't all that far. However, the hint on how to find my way back, in case I got lost, was a bit sketchy. Just look down and you'll be able to see the roof of the dojo from anywhere on the hill. Okay. The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A narrow path coiled along the trees, and nearby was the river Ichikawa's sister had mentioned. I followed Aria's scribbles with a bit of skepticism, but after an hour or so, I finally arrived at the supposed legendary shrine. The shrine itself seemed surprisingly well maintained despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could be secretly living here. Perhaps some secret martial arts master. Or maybe it was Chuck Norris. The thought of a hermit living in hiding within the shrine in order to prepare himself for an upcoming battle between good and evil started to dwell on my mind. Yes, Chuck Norris. I guess it's too good to be true. I sighed in annoyance at the fact that, aside from the shrine itself, the grounds surrounding it seemed completely abandoned. There's no way anyone can be living here. Fucking lies! For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It only took a few moments before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts at the back of the room. I guess it's this thing everyone's talking about. Let's pray. Sadly, I folded up the map I had been given. Putting it inside my bag, I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this was actually going to work. I don't even think luck would do me much good in a match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck in martial arts. Sometimes, but not exactly. Judo is all about using the knowledge you have gained through training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. And sometimes luck. Because you never know what your opponent is thinking. Sure, you may know their movements, but sometimes it is luck. I do find that in fighting games too, like sometimes people say, oh, that was a nice reaction, but I really believe that sometimes luck has something to do with it. Like, they were just unlucky to use a certain move, and you're just lucky enough to dodge that move and properly punish it. Otherwise, that would have been the end for you. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly, this was going to be a match where my experience and talent would be pushed to the limit. Nothing more, and nothing less. How curious. The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here surrounded by the very thing he denounces. Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there? Quite a cliched question. But the right thing to ask is, where am I? What are you talking about? Show yourself! I know judo! Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here, if you do not believe in things such as luck? I came here to prepare myself. Oh? Do enlighten me about what this something might be that you are preparing yourself for. I felt a little annoyed as this questions continued, but maybe if I kept talking to her, I'll be able to find out where she was hiding. Nah, she. Proofread needed. I'm preparing for a tournament. A judo match, if you will. Judo? Whatever might that be? Seriously, you don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art. Aha! So you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and came here in hope of finding the resolve to fight. I'm not sure about the warrior part, but you are right about the battle part. How fortunate! It just so happens that there is a need for one of your kind. My kind? A hero. This shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return. This sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better though. Laughing briefly at the story, I decided to pray along and clap my hands together in prayer. So what's next? Do I offer up my allowance or something? I mean, you only got $20. You want? Oh, right now it's 2,000 yen. Do you want that? Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be something of much greater value. I will be looking forward to seeing what destiny has in store for you. As if on cue, I begin to feel nauseated at the moment the girl's words reached my ears, my head spinning wildly. Slowly, I stagger backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sounds of approaching footsteps could be heard. Is that a devil? Or a succubus? Good luck, hero. You're going to need it. Despite my attempts to get back up, all I could manage was a brief look at the girl. The sight of horns and the tail left many questions, but before I had a chance to utter even a single word, my consciousness succumbed to darkness. Dot, dot, dot. Rays of sunlight stirred me back to life, a groan of annoyance leaving my mouth while I tried to get back onto my feet. I felt a bit dizzy, but the first thing I noticed was that I was no longer at the shrine. Instead, it looked like the forest near the dojo. Of course, my first thought was to look around to see if I could find the girl from before, but not a trace of her presence remained. To make things even stranger, the path that I had followed amongst the misty trees seemed better and maintained than I remember. I should probably head home, and we should probably save here. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna continue with this sooner or later, but hopefully the choices in here aren't too ambiguous. But anyway, I did like this. You know, I should have played this earlier. And I did like doing the voices. That's the one thing I like about doing visual novels. I like doing the voices, but I think it's more fun when the voices actually talk back to you, because it makes a more interactive experience with it. But I'm more of a animated kind of guy. When I'm doing action games, I'm not too animated, but when I'm doing visual novels, I'm more animated. I did notice that. But anyway, if you like this video, please share it with your friends so that you may all enjoy it together. And so, until next video, see you next time.